Challenge Europe is a 3-year campaign managed by the British Council in collaboration with Arena Network, Business in the Community Northern Ireland, CORE, Cultivate and the Northern Ireland Sustainable Development Commission. The project aspires to make a definite and lasting impact on the climate change debate and work out what responses we can make to achieve a low-carbon future. In each 15 countries, 20 young influencers aged 18 to 35 are working together as climate advocates to unearth new ways to reduce carbon use. Each group offers a broad representation of skills, attitudes and ideas from all walks of life. They are working together to develop concrete and tangible ideas to accelerate transition to a low-carbon future. The philosophy of the campaign is simple: to create momentum through collaboration, innovation, energy, drive, passion, understanding and knowledge sharing to reduce our carbon footprint and build local resilience. The Irish advocates are a varied bunch from all over the island of Ireland, north and south. They are currently working on various eco-projects in smaller groups. The Learning Bus Trip came about from the work of the Communications and Education Group, Laura, Dylan and Owen, with their mentor Davy from Cultivate. The trip was a fact-finding mission to visit the Centres of Excellence in the UK and to see how they are tackling climate change and sustainability. On the vegetable oil-powered bus, we used and explored the 10 short films and exercises from Cultivate's Community Power Down course, training for leadership, livelihoods and local resilience. The advocates explored the possibilities for a low-carbon future. We held briefings and dialogues with the leading thinkers from the Centre for Alternative Technology in Wales, Transition Town Totnes, the Schumacher College in Devon, and Eden, the Centre for Biodiversity in Cornwall. We met with Tim Helwig-Larson and Richard Hawkins from the Public Interest Research Centre in Machynlleth, Wales. They showed us the latest ice data from the Arctic Ocean.
2007 though, it was a record melt and it was sort of off the chart for a lot of scientists. They hadn't predicted that. It didn't come out in any of their models that sort of situation would happen, and it was about 30% below the previous minimum in 2005, I think.
The Centre for Alternative Technology offers solutions to some of the most serious challenges facing our planet. They demonstrate practical ways of addressing these problems in key areas such as renewable energy, environmental building, energy efficiency and organic growing. Leading by example, they show us that living more sustainably is not only easy to attain but can provide a better quality of life. Paul Allen, the managing director, gave us a tour of the centre and then spent the evening with us in their eco cabins where we discussed the various issues we face.
We went to Electric Picnic, sort of music festival, and manned a sort of a carbon confessional where people could come in and confess to their carbon sins, and their penance was to visit a designated website and make a pledge for something they do different in the future.
Rob Hopkins, the founder of the Transition Initiative, along with Ben Brangwyn, who both now live in Totnes, met with us outside the Schumacher College.
A transition community is one which is exploring the practicalities of what the move away from oil dependency looks like, based on the idea that where we could get to at the end of that transition, the end of that journey, could be better than where we start from. So it's really about looking at food, energy, housing, employment. What's that going to look like in a world where we have 1 barrel of oil each rather than 9 on an annual basis, and that there's the potential for that to be an extraordinary catalyst for creativity within that community.
The local council or the district council not recognise your endeavours as creating or adding to the economy and assisting it in growth.
What's really fascinating is that lots of people within Totnes can see that, and things like the Totnes Pound and just the coverage we get and the exposure that we get, and how this town and the project we've done here has now inspired a movement of thousands of places around the world, modelled on what we're doing here within the space of 2.5-3 years. I think a lot of people in town can see that, and I'm really, really proud of that. And I think lots and lots of people outside of the town can see that. but there's something about the town council itself, the district council itself. I don't know. It just seems to sort of pass them by somehow.
The Schumacher College is a unique international educational institution. It provides individuals and groups from across the world with the opportunity to learn on numerous levels about subjects relating to environmental and social sustainability.
We want to move out of this industrial paradigm to a post-industrial paradigm. So we are not going backwards, we are moving forward. Post-industrial paradigm, which is low carbon, simple, elegant, in harmony with the natural world, enjoy the bounty of the earth rather than exploit the bounty of the earth. And that's possible. We have to build a movement for that. It will take time, it's not overnight, but it can happen.
Eden in Cornwall, which is located in an abandoned clay pit, is now a global garden, a place of beauty and wonder which explores humankind's dependence on natural resources. In its massive biomes there are crops, landscapes and wild plants which reflect the amazing diversity of our planet. There's also internationally famous architecture and art which draw inspiration from nature, and a stage on which people working to make our world a better place can tell their stories.
I think if everyone just changed their attitude, that would help a lot. It's the small things that help, and then everything is really the big change. The small changes make a big difference.
My vision is around, I suppose, the political and economic approach that we'll take to environmental issues. We've seen a lot this weekend of grassroots and community initiatives where people are trying to sort of imagine and live out a world taking into account the environmental consequences and the changes that are going to be needed. And I hope that we're in a position that our politics and our economic systems reflect that and do justice to that, and try and implement those sorts of policies on a national and an international scale.
My vision for 2020 is that we would be in a process of conscious, compassionate co-creation. We're on a journey, it's a constant journey, and in 2020 we'll be in full flow and we'll be using the principles of living systems. And in this way, all our systems will be in harmony with nature, our health, our education, our community, our economy, our political system.
After travelling 1,384 kilometres around the UK in only 4 days, our trip ended where it began, back in Dublin on the Quays. We were all exhausted but enlightened with new ideas and fresh information that we could bring to life in our own lives and into our Challenge Europe projects. However, what was crystal clear was that our green journey wasn't quite over. In fact, it has only just begun. We're going further.